Hey everybody, this is Mark Blanton, and this is
Dr. Latasha Blanton from the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism.
And we have amazing packages to Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban. So we would like to see you guys here. All you have to do is just go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com, and we'll make sure that your trip here is amazing.
See you here in sunny South Africa.
The food, the music, the vibe. Kick off your summer at the Ohio Black Expo Riverfront Culture Fest. Get your Black History Month discount now for a limited time. Free tickets to the Ohio Black Expo. Yeah, free. February discount all month long. Celebrate Black excellence. Experience the African diaspora at its finest. Go to OhioBlackExpo.com for tickets, updates, and more. Tell your friends. Share with family. There's no other place to be Memorial Day weekend. Visit OhioBlackExpo.com. That's OhioBlackExpo.com.
Are you a successful entrepreneur or one in training? You've got the vision, but do you have the right partner to build your brand, your team, and your future online and off? At CPRfirm.com, we offer expert consulting, financial guidance, and life coaching because we believe in doing life with our clients. After all, what is it for a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Founded by Callan Cash Coleman, we help our clients not only succeed, but plan to retire rich. Your business deserves the best. Start building your legacy today at CPRfirm.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive-Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
Very fast. I'm thinking of like prostitution or something. So off which, yes, I could tell your name just like cow, what are you talking about?
Is keeping a prostitute like those are different days. Who inspires me? Do it. Yes. Me. Yeah. They inspire me. Those people you mentioned, but everything they said I pretty happy.
Watch Slay Queen only on the African Diaspora News Channel app.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here. We are here. It is Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, Wednesday, February 19th. Don't have that much longer to go in the month of February. And, you know, February is Black History Month. Make sure that I know probably some of your kids working on Black History Month projects is very important, but remember, we're making Black history every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, I know people are slowly trying to come on in, and that's great. I'm just kind of looking at the counter. They'll get here when they get here, right? Let me check something on my screen here. Okay, good. I'm not silent tonight. I know that because I'm actually seeing all my levels moving, so we are good. So tonight on the stream, we're going to talk about the folks a little bit. The folks are really dealing with it now. They're starting to deal with it, and we need to talk about that. I think it's becoming a different position for the folks in America, and we are the experts of some of the things they're dealing with right now. And before I get started, I will say to the folks, it's just beginning. You ain't seen nothing yet. But when it comes to us, we good. We are so good because they actually trained us to deal with it, literally. That's why we could sit down, cross our legs, chill out, have fun, do whatever we're doing, right, in the midst of turmoil, because our lives have been turmoil created by the folks. So we will get to that, ladies and gentlemen. But make sure. I want to give everybody, definitely a shout out for last night for joining on the African Diaspora News Channel app. We greatly appreciate that. We see, people joining even overnight. I see y'all joining, right? So that's beautiful. We always want to get at least 10 people to join every stream. That helps us to grow. But take advantage. Some people may be getting the income tax right now. I don't know. But take advantage of the Black History Month promo. The annual, you could save 20% off with the annual. And all you got to do is choose annual and BH month 20. Also, make sure to remember we have a lifetime plan as well. So you pay lifetime, and that's it. You ain't got to pay no more. You don't have to worry about increases of prices down the line or anything, because, hey, you locked in on a lifetime price. So make sure to take advantage, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get started, as y'all slowly y'all coming in, I'm looking at this. Yeah, I see y'all. Hello, how you doing? There's some very interesting people that come by and watch the platform. Now, I know all of y'all in the chat are great people. Y'all give some interesting takes. Y'all participate in everything. But we have some, over the years, I have and many others have dealt with certified crazy people. And let me put out a message to the certified crazy people. If you don't like what we say, or I say in particular, if you don't like what we say here or me, then you have a couple of choices. You could just say, I'm not going to watch him, right? Because I just don't like him. And that's okay. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like my opinions or whatever. But when it goes from just not liking me, which is fine, you don't have to like me, you don't have to like my opinions, to now you're trying to do some real world things, okay? I'm going to give my one warning about that. Don't push it, because I have no problem making your life a living hell, okay? I don't like to do that to black people. I really don't. But if I have to make an example out of you. Now, when you're doing things across state lines, okay, it becomes federal, right? I'm letting you know that. And I would have no problem dragging you into federal court. Actually, that would actually be a great thing to do, is drag you into federal court, because you're doing things across state lines. So if you don't really want to deal with a Fed case, if you don't really want to deal with that, just stop. Just pump your brakes. Stop. I could be petty. I could put some information out. I've did it before. Let me tell you a story back in 2017. This is way before I had this size following. I had an individual who was saying things that's not appropriate, a white gentleman actually. And I made a video about it. I showed the text message, I showed everything. And the thing I said in the video, I want you, because I know you're crazy behind probably listening. I said, hey, this is his information. Could you please just tell him to chill out? That's the only thing I said, right? It wasn't not even 12 hours. The guy was begging me if I could take the video down. Y'all was saying crazy stuff, boy. It was crazy. So I said, wow. At that time, I didn't realize what kind of power I have through these platforms. And this was back in 2017. This is not 2025. Not at all. So you imagine if I do something like that now, what kind of hell I could cause, I don't like to do that if I don't have to, right? We're here to be very professional, do what we got to do. But when you're doing stupidity, like, and if you're crazy behind watching, I'm telling you, don't have your life messed up. I can have people act just like you, or I can have Fed case or whatever case we got to do. Like, so just when I'm just warning you, just relax. Just don't watch our platform. Go watch what you want to watch and be merry. But if you do what you did, right? You know what I'm talking about. You keep that up and you're going to be crying. Okay. So just chill out. That's the only thing I'm asking you to do. I'm asking in the nicest way possible. Right. I'm just asking nicely because this only time I'm going to say it. The next time, that's that. Because clearly you need help and you need to go get it. That's the only thing I'm going to tell you. All right. With that being said, yeah, y'all, I don't like to put out them kind of messages, and it's rare I have to put out those kind of messages, but like I always tell people, don't test me because you think 50 Cent is bad. I'm worse. And you know why I'm worse than 50 Cent? Because I'm not going to say much to you. I'm just going to get enjoyment out of doing what I'm doing to you because you pushed it. You kept poking the bear when I was telling you, don't leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. I'm a very peaceful person. I really am. I don't start with nobody. So when I do come at you, I'm justified because I warned you. I told you, leave me alone, leave the situation alone. I mean, still being nice about the situation, how I'm talking, right? I'm not mentioning names. I'm not putting out information. I'm just saying, like, we already got your number and all that stuff, okay? We already know. So just chill out. That's it. And go on about your day. All right. It's I will say this much. Any issues I had most of the time during the years, it wasn't even the white supremacists that caused me problems over the years. I'm going to be honest with you. It was never the white supremacists. Not one time. I had maybe one that was talking crap, kind of handled that. That was the end of it, but never really had problems with them. And that's the crazy part. It's always some person that really needs mental health help. But it's like I say, it's rare. It's rare. Okay. It's very rare. But you have crazy people that you have to understand. And I tell the people on the platform, you have crazy people, okay? Crazy people that show up on these platforms. So I have to tell everybody, every journalist here, hey, be careful what you say. Don't say this, don't say that. Watch your location, do this, do that. Because you have some crazy people out there who don't have a life. And that's what it is. Nobody has been threatened. Nothing has happened to nobody. No. But I have to think about the team, right? That's part of my job. All right. Oh, you say you remember the story? Okay, cool, Rodney. Cool. Yeah. And the thing is, Eric, I'm the type of person when I'm really ready to get at you, it's not going to be random. It's going to be very calculated what I'm going to do. And by the time I'm done with you, you will be utterly destroyed for the rest of your life. That's why I don't like to get in that mode where I'm like, I want to get at you, because I'm not that person that's going to cuss you out. I don't do that. I'm not the person who just want to fist fight. I don't do that. No, I want to destroy every fabric of your being when I'm done with you. And that's it, right? Because I know I didn't pick with you. My mother raised me, don't start anything with people. Don't start a fight, but you sure finish it. And make sure you finish it and they remember you for the rest of your life. That's the only thing my mother always told me. And I took that very well, right? So once again, just stop, okay? Be nice. Go on by your way. All right. Now, with that being said, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead on and talk about the folks. So the folks. We've been telling the folks for a very long time about their system. We've been telling the folks about how the rent's too high. We've been telling them how the food is bad, the environment is bad. We've been telling them about the police. We've been telling them how we've been getting let go from jobs. We've been telling them about taxes. And every time we told them about these things, they've always had something to say. They always had things saying, stop being a victim, right? Didn't they tell us that? They told us if we just follow the law, then nothing bad will happen to us. We need to listen to the policeman. Nothing bad will happen to us. We need to control our kids. We need to stop. Black women need to stop being single mothers. Like, there's not single mothers in all communities. I mean, come on. But they're saying black women, they want to label black women as the archetype of what single mother is. Label black women as the archetype of Section 8 and welfare, which that's not true, because the archetype of the Section 8 and welfare is actually white women based on our own government's paperwork, right? Not on my paperwork, but with our own government's paperwork, right? All right. So no, Roger, I'm going to warn you one time. I want to warn you when I tell you that, because I want you to stop. I want you to stop. I don't really want to go that route with you, because it's not going to be good for you. So let's get to the first video. Let's get to them, right? And we got about 3 videos we want to look at. So this first video, I want you to hear what this woman has to say. Very interesting here. Let's go ahead and cue this up.
So you're telling me that I make under $35K in a year, and when it's time to do my taxes, and taxes have already been taken out of my paycheck, and I'm paying taxes on groceries, and I'm paying taxes on gas, and I'm paying taxes out of my, that I still owe the government money? What do you mean? What do you mean?
All right. So if you heard, and let me restart that one more time when she said how much she's making a year.
So you're telling me that I make under $35K in a year.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's time to do my taxes, and taxes have already been taken out of my paycheck, and I'm paying taxes on groceries, and I'm paying taxes on gas, and I'm paying taxes out of my, that I still owe the government money?
Yep.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, ma'am, welcome to our world. We've always been charged taxes. Do you know black people that don't make hardly no money gets audited more than anybody else? You know about that, the audits? That's why when they talk about Biden and them was trying to hire 80,000 IRS agents, that wasn't good for black people, because we get audited more and we're not even at the high tax bracket, right? So she's made $35,000 a year. Okay, so hold on, let me get my little calculator real quick. I know some of y'all are better at math in your head, right? Time. Let me see. Hold on. I did it wrong. Okay. All right. She's making $2,916.66 a month on average, right? It's not a whole lot. And they've been taking her taxes, and she's owed taxes. Now, that started really happening under Biden, because I remember, was it 2023's taxes? People start saying, why am I owing taxes for? I've never owed taxes. That mess started under the Biden administration, and it has continued. And now they having to pay taxes that they never had to pay before. Now, as FBAs, we have had to deal with not having much money or nothing. How many times have we had to pay our bills and everything, and we lucky to have $50 left, $100 left? Lucky. What you gonna do with $100 for about 2 weeks? We know how to figure that out. We say, well, you know what? Okay, I only got enough gas ready to go to work and home for these 2 weeks. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. Hey, if I got to eat ramen noodles, for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, hey, at least all my bills are paid. I'll make it. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me tell y'all something. At one point in time, I was eating ramen noodles, okay? Especially, let me tell you when I was eating ramen noodles all the time, and it was only a short time. I was eating ramen noodles after when my son's mom and all that, we went through a divorce and all that, had a divorce. I was eating ramen noodles because their system was kicking my butt in the courts, right? You could be done wrong and still get done wrong by the courts. I mean, this family law system is like terrible. And I was eating ramen noodles. So, hey, at least my child support paid, my bills are paid. I'll eat ramen noodles. Sometimes I only had $60 for the week to eat. $60. And I made it work. Because as long as everything was paid, I can figure that thing out. I can go get me a bag of rice. I can go get me some beans, and I can eat beans and rice every day, and I'm good. I am straight. See, we have been raised like that to know how to make it. I gonna get me a thing of eggs. At least at the time, eggs were like about what $1.30. I'm talking about the big pack too. I can go get me some eggs. The eggs gonna get you full because they have a lot of protein. If you combine some eggs, in the morning, some beans, bread didn't cost that much at the time either, right? You can go get that. Back in the day, you used to get that sunbeam bread. They were called the Texas Giant. Those in Texas, you know what I'm talking about. That white sunbeam bread. Now, I wouldn't eat white bread today, but the white sunbeam bread, 99 cents. That's what it used to cost. That big old thing of bread was 99 cents. And, get you that. You can get you some toast and eggs or maybe you want some cereal or something. Some oatmeal get you full. You start thinking about, okay, I need to find meals that's going to not cost much, but get me full, just so I can make it to my check next time, so I don't have to pay bills the next check. So I'm cool. So that's some of the things you would do. Like sometimes I would say, okay, all I got is this much money. My kids, I'm gonna see my kids because it's my weekend. I'm going to cut back my food to ramen noodles for a whole week or two because I want to take my kids somewhere. I'm gonna hold my money for that, right? That's the type of things that I was doing at that time period. So, and then growing up, I knew about that too. See, the FBAs, we know about the suffering. We know about that, okay? Like I said, you can get you a 10-pound bag of chicken. It didn't cost that much back then. You can get you a 10-pound bag of chicken and cook that. You can make some baked chicken, smothered chicken, fried chicken, or whatever. I never was too big on pork, but I grew up with pork. My grandma and them threw down them pork chops. So them pork chops was good. My grandma, not today. I guess if I ate a pork chop, but y'all have to be giving me all kind of medicine for my stomach because I can't do pork. I've got away from it. And thank God for it, right? But we have suffered with no money, having to pay taxes, owing taxes, not making what we should be making. And this woman, among others, are putting their head down. But remember, this is the system that they created, and they have screwed up this whole system, this whole country. They screwed it up. And see, it was all good when we were suffering. It was all good. And like I said, I'm not gloating about nobody suffering. That's not what I do. I'm not laughing about it or anything. But I'm going to be the guy that say, we told you, I told you, this person told you. I'm going to be that guy, but I'm not going to laugh at you because, like I told y'all before, I believe in what the minister said. Don't laugh, learn, right? Don't laugh at nobody suffering. Learn what they did wrong to get them in that position so we can be students of their suffering, and then we can write things down and say, okay, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be so arrogant. I don't want to oppress people. I don't want to do people wrong. I don't want to sabotage people. I don't want to do all these things because look what's going to happen to me if I do these things. I don't want to trade, if somebody do me something, right? If I can just walk away from it and just leave it alone. I've had so many people in my life that's done me wrong, and I didn't do any evil to them back as I could have. And in the end, that person suffered way more than me just walking away. That's why I tell people, somebody do you wrong, don't commit sin and try to say, I'm going to show them. No, you don't do that. You never do that because then you lose your moral high ground at that point, right? All right, so let's get to the next one real quick. So I want you to hear what this woman has to say.
Well, I just lost my job. I didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for this. I voted to help people. I voted to help those less fortunate than me. I voted to continue working together in humanity and work as a country together. That's what I voted for. I didn't vote for this, but I lost my job today. And I can't stop thinking about the fact that I don't have a job. I don't have insurance. I am medically needy. I need to go to the ER to get checked, but I can't. I have no income now. I am a single mother. And now I can't do anything. But I also think of the people whose lives I've impacted, the people who I have changed their lives, and now I will no longer be there to help them. I didn't vote for this. I voted for humanity.
All right. So you heard what she said. She lost her job. she's a single mother, ladies and gentlemen. She's a single mother. And let's go back to the exit polls real quick, if we can do that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the exit polls and just look at that one more time. What you're saying that you voted for or didn't vote for, okay, that's no problem. So we can see that 53% of white women voted for Donald Trump, 46 voted for Vice President Kamala Harris. Then you see 60% of your men voted for Trump, 38% voted for Harris. And then, we're not going to talk about the Latinos today. We're going to leave them alone. They're not in it today. But so a lot of the people did, let's call it what it is. Let's just be real. Even when it was Hillary Clinton, white women did not vote for Hillary Clinton like that. They didn't. So the issue is to the women of the folks community, you have an issue. You see, you want to support your man and the privilege you think you have, and you don't even see how your man is on a rampage about you right now. And I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit about their man and what kind of rampage he's on here in a few. Right? Let me go ahead and get this off the screen. But she said that she has medical issues and she needs insurance. You know how many black people don't have insurance? A lot of black people don't have insurance. And we still figure it out, right? We figure it out. She's crying about, I can't do this or I can't do that. If we walk in tomorrow and they say, oh, well, Phil, we got to let you go. All right. When I'm going to get my last check, man? Well, what day? Anything I got to turn in or whatever? And then they be like, yeah, turn in uniform, do this and that third. All right, I'm going to give you our crap and give them their crap so I can get my last check. And then what do we normally do? Man, yeah, man, I got fired today. Man, let me go ahead and get on this unemployment, right? That's the first thing we go do. Go find unemployment. If we got anything to cash out or whatever, we cash it out because we left, the job, fired us or whatever. But this is the thing. Today, if you got a car, you can make some money because if you signed up for Amazon Flex and you can do Amazon Flex and make money. You can do Uber Eats and make money, DoorDash. You can drive Uber. Now, I wouldn't want to drive no Uber ever in my life because I don't want other people's spirit in my car. I just don't know. Now, I can drop some food off to you if possible, but no, you ain't getting in mine. No, I don't see how anybody use their car to drive people in. I can't do it. I'm just like that. But the folks are dealing with something because they're getting shocked they're losing their jobs. And she says she didn't vote for that. Maybe she didn't. I'm not saying she did. But a lot of the women in her community did. Now, you hear me say this because some people don't follow the bouncing ball too well. So sometimes I have to slow down and really slow down the bouncing ball when I'm speaking. So when I'm speaking about them voting for Trump over Harris, I'm thinking along the lines of what would be beneficial to them, not me, and not what I actually think. My position was if Harris would have got in office, right, then we as FBAs would have been the only ones suffering. Nobody else. The migrants would have been coming in here way more than what they did during Biden. And her and the Democrats was going to come hardcore against people like myself and others who had independent media platforms because they can't stand that we have a voice outside of CNN and MSNBC. You understand? So why would I want her in office? But everybody can vote their own interest. Now, let me tell you this. I live in the state of Texas. So let me tell you the results. If I would have voted for Harris, right? Guess what would have happened in the state of Texas? Trump would have won because Trump got 1.2 million more votes than Harris in the state of Texas. Just to be honest with you, if I sat it out, Trump would have still won the state of Texas. You understand what I'm saying? So it don't really matter. Like when you tell a person, you didn't, like, you do know the popular vote don't select the president of the United States, right? I hope you know that. So you can't tell a person, it's because you didn't vote. It's because you didn't do this. You know, like, no, it has to be a lot of people you're talking to, right? And yes, some people sat it out. It did affect her. It did, because Georgia was one of them. That affected her. Pennsylvania really affected her, right? People sat it out because they were so sick and tired of, and that's Biden's fault. If Biden would have did right by black folk, and see, I'm gonna get to this portion. Let me stop. Put it right there. Y'all need to blame the Democrats, the folks. Y'all need to blame the Democrats, which the Democrats is y'all. I mean, y'all the Republicans, y'all the Democrats. Just so it's your whole system. You need to blame them while you're suffering right now. And I'll tell you why. Now, let's get to one last video I want to show you here. Then I want to get into my diatribe, okay? What'd you say? She might get a bunny hopper? Okay, y'all with that Umar lingo. Yeah, people, I guess. You know, I don't think I said about that. You know, this is not about what Umar talks about. Let's get to the next video. All right, so listen to this one. Listen to this one. This was a federal worker, right? That just lost her job. Let's play this one.
Hello. I was a federal worker who had 1 month left of her probationary period. And today I was told that I will be terminated at some point this week. I'm utterly devastated. I'm confused because my recent performance evaluation was exceptional and I got upwards of $1,500 as a bonus because my performance was so good. And this was my dream job, and it's just being taken away by an administration who doesn't care about science. It doesn't care about people who might be homeless with their dog now. They don't care about our species that we're trying to conserve. That's exactly what my job was doing. It was just to assess habitat conservation for species for a 55-year habitat conservation plan. We should all be so mad right now. We should all be crying like this because I'm just devastated.
Well, I'm devastated for you. I'm devastated. I'm not laughing at you. You see no smile on my face, right? I know how it feels to lose a job when you're fired and you didn't do nothing wrong. See, that's what's hitting her, right? That's hitting her bad. When you're fired and do nothing wrong, as FBAs, we know exactly how that feels. We did nothing wrong, nothing. And we just get let go because we are last hire and first fire. We used to that. So yeah, that hurts. I know that hurts. I know she liked her job. She was, think about it. On her point of view, they gave her a bonus because she was doing great at her job. She was probationary and all of that. So would you think you would lose your job after getting a bonus for doing a great job? No, you wouldn't think that, right? But she lost her job and poor thing. She worried about being homeless and worrying about her and the dog. Oh, Lord, the dog will be the last thing on my mind right at that point. I'm like, that dog can go today because that dog is an expense. It is. But she hurt. Okay. All right. She's hurt. Well, we don't cry about that because we lost so many jobs. But now let's get back to what I was originally going to say about the Democrats and the folks. See, this is what happens when you don't do right by FBAs. You see, all you had to do, Kamala Harris would be the president right now. Let me tell you how she would be the president right now. And I would have been the biggest champion of Kamala Harris. All the Democrats had to do was this. In California, Gavin Newsom, the governor, has set up a reparations task force. They did their thing for about a year. Okay? They come back with their recommendations. They say, hey, reparations need to be X amount of dollars, cash payments. When they made the recommendations, you remember Sister Camila Moore came here. She was the head of the task force. She came here more than once and interviewed, and then she came back later and talked about how they was finessing the reparations task force and didn't want to do nothing. Gavin Newsom, the moment he got the recommendations, he didn't go to CNN. He went to Sean Hannity at Fox News saying, oh, hey, reparations not a check, more than a check, and this and that. He went to Fox News. When I saw him go to Fox News and not CNN and MSNBC, I said, oh, look at that. So I knew it was an issue when he went to Fox News to say something instead of going to CNN, MSNBC, whatever. Then we go back. Sister Camila Moore came on here and say, hey, they trying to stop the reparations office to be created to see who's determined for reparations. This wasn't even talking about the payments. This was talking about creating the office so people could study to see who was eligible for reparations, right? So the people in the Assembly House, the black ones, they didn't want to put up the bill. It took State Senator Stephen Bradford to end up putting up the bill for that office to be created. What ended up happening on that? Sister Camila Moore said Gavin Newsom got with the the California Legislative Black Caucus to sabotage that bill because he didn't want that bill to come into his desk because he didn't want to get put on Front Street about vetoing it. So what did they do? They sabotaged the bill. Then you had a Republican, remember? That tried to get the bill put up for a vote so they could call their hand to Democrats. And they sabotaged the Republican from getting the bill up. Right? And you remember when all the people outside said this, they were pissed. And I never forget the sister say, that's going to hurt your little friend in November. I remember she said that in that video. It's going to hurt your little friend. You know when black people say you little anything, you already know what that is. And so after that, it set a horrible taste in my mouth, worse than what it was before, for the Democrat Party. And Kamala Harris was out here talking about LGBT, immigrants, abortion, things like that, right? Democrats would have won the election if two things would have happened. If Gavin Newsom was more forward thinking about the party instead of thinking about maintaining racism, white supremacy, and saying, I'm not going to give them black folks anything, forget them. If they would have passed that bill and Gavin Newsom would have signed it, one, that would have put him in great contention to be the next president, right? That would have been number one. That would have been a great move for Gavin Newsom if he was smart. And if he would have did that, Kamala could have followed behind him and said, hey, if y'all get me in the White House, we want to do this on a federal level, and this is how we going to do it, right? And say, I'm committed to reparations in the form of cash payments. Of course, she would have got some pushback, but she would have got the support from the black community. I would have supported her too. I would have been her biggest cheerleader if she was serious about reparations. And I say, oh man, she is serious about doing reparations, right? And if that would have happened, FBAs would have came out. They wouldn't have sat it out. They would have came out and voted like they did for Obama, right? And got her into the White House. But because the Democrats are that feel the same way as the Republicans feel, we're talking about the white Republicans feel, about FBAs not getting reparations. Well, I can't put it on the Republicans because we never really voted for them like that. But we voted, 60 some odd years for Democrats. So I'm always going to lay more things at the Democrats' feet because we have put Democrat candidates in office for a very, very long time. Okay? We've done that. We, as FBAs, been the most loyal to the Democrat Party. We have raised our children to be Democrats. Being Democrats is almost cultural. Your great grandmama was a Democrat, taught your grandmother to be a Democrat. And your grandmother taught your mama to be a Democrat. And your mama taught you to be a Democrat. It's literally cultural to vote for Democrats. Anytime you passing things down to your children, that's part of the culture at that point. And the Democrats played with us for way too long. With Trump winning the way he won is because of what the Democrats have done to FBAs. During George Floyd, the Democrats played us like a fiddle. Oh, get us in there. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And they just flipped. They didn't want to talk to Black Lives Matter at the time. Ice Cube, they say, oh, let us get in there. We'll talk to you. They didn't want to talk to Ice Cube, but the contract of Black America. Oh, Biden showed his natural behind. Like the anti-Black racist that he always been. Right? They really thought that after all the suffering that Black folks went through, stacking all those migrants in the cities for Black folks, papering them up, that Black folks are going to be like, oh, yeah, let me go vote for 4 more years of that. So I'm talking about to the folks. You're suffering right now because of what they didn't do for Black people. And I'm going to tell you, because I can just see it coming, it's just getting started, baby. Oh, it's just getting started. It's just getting started. Oh, you complaining and Trump only been in there, what, about tomorrow a month, and you complaining? Oh, I want to see how you feel after about a year. Let me tell you what's going to happen. They're going to be suffering so bad with Trump, they're going to start walking up to you. Talking about Black people, get ready for it. Even in the grocery store, they randomly going to start talking to you. And they're going to be just telling you their problems, and they're going to be asking for your advice about how to navigate these things, how to do that. They genuinely going to be spent. They're going to be stressed out. They ain't gonna know what to do. They're gonna be very disheveled. And you'll be able to see it. You be like, dog, man, they going through it. You literally gonna see it. And by the time they enter Trump, they gonna know if they are coming or going. But look at this so far with Trump. We ain't feel nothing like that as Black people. We fine. And we're going to be fine. We're going to be A-OK. But this is a wake-up call to not only to the folks here, but also in the folks in Europe. They all disheveled right now too. They don't know what to do. Like I said, it's going to be, I know people like I'm using this in another term, not the biblical way, but it's going to be a new world order. And that new world order won't have them at the helm. Y'all have to understand, and I'm going to say this. Please follow the bouncing ball. God's people was taken to a foreign land and put through a lot of suffering for 400 years. And then after the 400 years, the judgment starts, right? For those that oppressed God's people. And have you noticed that ever since the 400 years were up, that they acknowledged 400 years, ever since the 400 years has been up, have you noticed a change? Think about it. Let's go back. We're 6 years out, just 6 years. Look at the calamity has happened in the 6 years. And you notice the calamity is starting to get more and more and more and more and more. Is the calamity really getting like that with us as Black people? Have you noticed that? No. It has not been no calamity at all. And I'm going to tell you this. You can cry and say, oh, Black people come protest. Black people come do this. Black people come do that. We can't save you. We can't save you. And we're not going to. But we can't save you at this point. Maybe if you repent of your sins and do what's right, pay cash payment reparations, change all those racist laws that you have that block Black people from getting homes, that block Black people from owning businesses, change all your racist gentrification laws, change your racist eminent domain, how you like to take Black people's land and property, right? Eminent domain. Get rid of all the oppressive laws that actually harms FBAs and do right by us. Maybe you can spare yourself a little bit. But unfortunately, what I've seen, you're too dedicated into the anti-black racism. And let me tell you, when you're willing to deny yourself health care, listen, that woman in the second video said that she lost her insurance and she has medical issues and she needs to go see doctors and stuff like that. She shouldn't have to worry about insurance. Why? Because her community was offered universal health care. But the reason why they don't have it is because they was afraid that people like myself and many of you would have got it, right? So they rather suffer medically than just the thought of a black person having free health care. So ma'am, in the video, you need to thank your community for having so much anti-black racism, hatred toward us. Is why you don't have health care. Do you know why you're in debt? I'm talking about student loan debt. It's because your community had anti-black racism. See, after the civil rights movement, college used to be free. After the civil rights movement, they started putting in tuition. Why? Because they didn't want us there getting a free education in college. See, you're suffering in this country because of your hatred of us. It's kind of like that thing. It's like you're kicking a thick thorn bush, right? With your bare feet. It's like you just keep kicking it. You keep doing it. So every time you've done something to harm us, have you seen how it really just bounce back in the end and go back to you? Have you noticed that? You didn't care about us getting fired on jobs. You didn't care about it. You didn't stand up. You didn't say anything. And now look what happened. Now it's happening to you. You didn't care about us not having no health care. You can care less, right? Because you had insurance. Forget black people. No, we can't have no free health care because I got insurance. I ain't worrying about them, right? And now it's bouncing right back to you. Black people say, hey, the wage is not good. Man, they ain't raised the minimum wage for so long. What is going on? Now you the one got caught up in it. Now it's back to you. You see that? You see that? And then the thing is, you train God's children to know how to deal with it and navigate it very well. And we still figure out a way to make a way out of no way. Y'all trained us that way. Y'all trained us to be 10 times smarter. Y'all trained us to work 10 times harder. Y'all trained us to be better, actually. Because that's the only way we can navigate your system. And we know that your position is not a real position because it wasn't based on merit. Because if you want to really base it on merit, we gonna win out because we have to listen. When you see a black doctor, understand that black doctor is very smart. Okay, any black professional you see, they are very smart because they're not gonna let us be a dumb as a box of rocks and slide on by. They could cry all day about DEI. Man, ain't no way they're gonna let a black person in there. They don't be 10 times smarter. So when you get a black doctor, a black nurse, you know what I'm saying? Just talking about the healthcare field, any black professional, engineer, whatever we're doing, we have to be 10 times smarter. We have to. And now thinking about today, I can do a whole stream on this. When the immigrants say we work hard, that just made me laugh when I hear that. We work hard. That's an accomplishment, working hard. We were doing that forever in this country, right? You ain't innovated nothing. You just showed up just to work a job, and you're not even being paid right. We talked about that too. Hey, look at they not paying us right. They ain't even doing it to the immigrants. They paying them worse. And then they doing it, and then them folks, now they complaining. They stacked out. Now they complaining about the Indians too. Now the white folks want all the Indians out. They want them out now. But you had no problem bringing in Indians to Silicon Valley so you can keep us out. Right? And now the East Indians are running a lot of the tech companies in this country, and you got a problem with it. Let's call it what it is. You got a problem with it. And hey, it is what it is to me. You shut us out of tech, but you tried to at least. Shut us out, and now look what's happening to you. And listen, Trump going to be in office for 4 years, and he's done. But let me tell you, watch how things going to be when he's done. Oh, Trump is some people say, oh, you support Trump. I support the work that the Lord is doing through Trump. Oh, I support that. I support that because he's doing a work, and it's been time. It's been time. Trump is messing up global harmony between the folks, and that's a beautiful sight to see. Yeah. You know, we like I said, we're gonna be okay. You know, just like I said, just don't return anything evil. Always seek to do good. Be righteous. Be a righteous man. Be a righteous woman. Teach your children to be righteous. Don't follow the ways of the people. Don't laugh in their suffering. You know, I know some people will, but you don't get no reward out of that. Like I said, hey, it's like, yeah, I tried to tell you, you know, but anyway, spring break coming up. That's that sort of thing. That's our position. This is our time to rest. This is our rest time. Okay. It's like the scripture teaches, it's a time for everything. It's a time to fight. It's a time to rest too. Even in the Bible, they have a time they fight and they have a time they rest. It's a time to laugh. It's a time to cry. It's a time to go on vacation. It's a time to get back to work. And the problem is for black people, we've been fighting for so long. Some of y'all just on autopilot with it, but I'm glad a lot of you saying, nah, I'm cool. I'm resting now. I'm chilling. I'm getting ready for spring break. And then after that, I'm getting ready for Easter. And then after that, I'm getting ready for Mother's Day or your birthday or your family's birthday. And after that, you get ready for the summer and take summer vacation. You're getting ready for that, right? Any holiday we got, enjoy the holidays. Don't be out running around here. I don't celebrate no holidays. Them white, man, look. When I grew up, and I grew up in a black community, we celebrated, and we didn't celebrate no St. Patrick's Day. I would never celebrate that. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But we celebrated all the ones that was important to us, like Easter, definitely, you go to church on Easter Sunday. Everybody and mama in church, right? Easter and Mother's Day and Father's Day and those sort of things we was doing. And of course, Labor Day, barbecues. And yeah, get back to, when it get warm, y'all, let's get back to barbecuing. If you don't have a barbecue pit, get you a pit. I'm gonna buy me a good pit this year. I'm gonna start getting out there and cooking this year. I'm ready. I'm ready to do it. I want to start having some good barbecue going this year and all of that, man. Yeah. That's what we doing, y'all. We having cookouts and all of that. We're not tripping. And Keisha say, stop complaining and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Hey, I ain't telling them nothing. I ain't. That's too much advice for me. That's like I'm getting involved in your business. Because when I was suffering, or when Keisha down there was suffering, they didn't come tell us nothing. They was enjoying their life, right? They was on vacation. They was going to everybody else's country. Oh, they were doing all kind of things, right? They wasn't thinking about us. So we doing like how all these other groups, how they when they were living great, they wasn't thinking about us, were they? They didn't care nothing about our suffering. So we don't have to worry about it. We gonna do unto them on that aspect what they did unto us. They didn't care. We don't care. They only worried about their group. We're going to worry about our group. You see how that works? My grandfather always said that nobody likes to lay in their own bed. Nobody. And that's what they've done to us. They done us so wrong, but now they gotta get a taste of their own medicine. And they don't like that taste. So FBAs, come get us out of it. No, Lord. You go out there and try to do that, you gonna get what they getting. Put it like that. You gonna get some judgment because it's not for you. But if you step out there when you wasn't supposed to, then I don't feel sorry for you, whatever happened to you. Sit yourself down somewhere. Relax. But with that being said, you say you going to Miami, Natasha, and sit on the beach and pick at your feet. There you go. There you go. There you go. You need to do that. Yeah. Go to Miami or whatever. Y'all take care of your health. Black people, go to the doctor. Get your checkup. Whatever screenings you need to get that. Go to your dentist. If you need some therapy to get over some things, get your therapy. All these things are very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very important. But all right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us on the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Shout out to all the 3,000 people that's here. Shout out to y'all. It's your first time. Make sure you click the like button. That's very important. Click the subscribe button. It's free. It don't hurt nothing. Share it with your friends and family. Let them know we're here Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. On Friday, we stream on the African Diaspora News Channel app, so make sure you download the app. And after you download the app, from the Google Play, Apple App Store, then choose an account, monthly, quarterly, annual. Now, annual, you can get 20% off right now, BH Month 20 promo code. Or you can choose lifetime, and you with us, you locked in for life. So thank y'all for listening, and we'll see y'all on the